And the other thing is like so many of my subscribers, I don't have a lot, but many of us we work for the railroad. This is what we do. Opening a door. Okay. That is opening a door on the train. Like, how do you train that? It's an inside circle. Yeah. Inside circle.
It's an outside circle because the pull
Okay.
is that part.
All right.
But you always train both inside and outside in an equal number, because the main problem that people have in the modern world, one of them for sure, is back pain. 70% of the modern population has persistent back pain. People will argue about that number up or down, but it's way too many. The human body is not designed to be in pain ever. It's supposed to work all day, every day. You're supposed to be able to run nonstop for 12 to 14 hours with a spear in your hand and live on red meat. When we train those movements, the core goes back to doing what it should. Every time that club swings in front of you, as it moves, the muscles of the back fire in response. The same way you're firing the arch of your foot hundreds of times, you're firing the muscles of your lower back hundreds of times. When you rotate and you load it, that is long, and then it twists, it gets longer. Long and short. The contraction relaxation cycle gets emphasized and back pain tends to disappear, and the core gets strong enough to do work. The human body is meant to do certain things. We have to make sure in training, we are emphasizing those things.
On a different note, deck squats now. When we just went to the kettlebell seminar a couple of weeks ago, I said, I can't do it. I said, I can't do it. This is going to hurt my knees.
That is not true.
Yeah, no, it's not. So why does it make knee pain go away?
Deck squats. A deck squat is a squat where we put our feet all the way together and we point our feet straight ahead. When we do this, our ankle, our knee, and our hip and our spine are all in a straight line, as if we are loading single leg. When we load single leg, deck squats are the simple version of a pistol squat, where we are learning to point our foot straight ahead. There's no turnout in a pistol squat, not if you want to live through it. So we put our feet straight ahead. We work on getting down. The problem is for most people, their core doesn't know how to fire at the bottom. But that's the point of the deck squat. What we do to train that is we elevate on a top of a long box and we keep the feet together, the knees together, the elbows pass outside the knee, we get down, and over time, we usually lower the box an inch a month. We restore the natural, normal human range of movement. And then by keeping our feet pointed straight ahead, we know our knee is in the correct spot. If our feet are wide and turned out, then our knees tend to move in and out. The distance is not constant. By putting our feet together, the distance between our knees is constant. They are working exactly in a predictable way, and we are restoring normal human range of movement. We're not doing it with 400 pounds. We're doing it with a lightweight. The lightweight forces our core to fire. It forces your arch of your foot, your ankle, your knee, your hip, your core engagement to fire correctly over time. The deck squat is definitely the squat that has saved my life a bunch. Therefore, I encourage everybody else to do this exercise. If you fall down, if you fall off of things, if you're a roofer, a martial artist, ride a dirt bike, ride a horse, or if you fall on an icy street, the deck squat is the squat that will save your life. Barbell squat is straight for strength and power. Deck squat saves your life. If you do barbell, do deck squats first, then do barbell.
Mm-hmm. Why would a deck squat, practicing a deck squat in particular, save your life?
It is the process of falling down. If you do judo, martial arts, if you fall off horses or dirt bikes, the important thing is that you can get all the way down, collapse your body, and roll. The deck squat is one part of the roll where you learn not to slam your skull into the ground, you resist extension, and by getting further down, you get closer to the ground so you absorb less force. If you squat to 90 degrees, once you go below 90 degrees, if you squat to 90 degrees and you're training with load, once you get below that, it's an unknown range of movement, unknown things happen. With a deck squat, we're coaching our body to control descent all the way down. Classic example, falling for people. Once that they squat to one height, they fall, they break a hip, they never truly recover. What we are training is all the way down. It doesn't matter. This is exactly the same move. that you find in gymnastics training. It's the exact same way that babies fall down. There's nothing fancy about it. It's normal human movement. And you can get closer to the ground, you absorb less force, you're less likely to get injured, you hold a tighter ball, you do not sling your skull into the ground. Everything gets much more survivable. It's a simple move. It does not mean it is easy, but everybody can do it. I don't care the age or anything. I want people to do that movement pattern. That is the target. We can find ways to scale it, but the goal remains the same.
You start off squatting to a box, and then gradually you want to lower the box.
Lower, 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 lower. Whatever the lowest thing in your house is, we get at least 6 inches below that. What is the lowest thing you sit on every day? Get down 6 inches below that. Your feet come off of the ground. When your feet come off the ground, you practice the roll. You come back up. Your core is forced to engage. That's the important part. Side effect of doing deck squats and going up in weight is your legs get really good. You can apply that to anything. And there's abs and arms. There's no way out.
No.
You will get what you want out of training.